Hey guys, this is Nomadic J. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please consider subscribing. And for those who are back for another video, please like, or dislike. But check one of the two boxes. Like or dislike. Help me out. So YouTube can know that I'm here. But anyway, this is the neighborhood that I've been living in for the last 30 days. And right now what we're doing is actually walking near an outlet. This outlet is right smack middle in the neighborhood. Now, in the U.S., if you're from the U.S., when you hear outlets, you don't think of an outlet being in the middle of a neighborhood. Outlets tend to be just out of the middle of nowhere. And it just, hundreds and hundreds of stores just in the middle of nowhere, just for the sake of having lots and lots of stores for shopping. But this one is actually located right in the neighborhood, and the neighborhood that we're talking about today is Guayabal. That's where I stayed for the last, 30 days in Guayabal. I actually had to ask my Uber driver to kind of help me out to say the name correctly, but the name is Guayabal, the neighborhood. And the outlet is probably one of the biggest in Medellin. This street right here is Herrera 65, and then so there's stores along Herrera 65, but I'm going to make a right here and walk down Calle 16, which is toward where I live at. As you can see, these are actually houses with little storefronts at the bottom, off to the left, and there are also restaurants. So this is kind of a business / real neighborhood that these people live in, and people shop in. I mean, just like any other neighborhoods that if you've been around Colombia, but also right across the street is actually an outlet complex. So that portion that I just shared just a second ago, just parts of part of the outlet. I'm actually going to show you the outlet mall in just a second, which is a big building like a mini mall, like a small mall. But anyway, just right now, let's just focus on the neighborhood. Again, this is Calle 16. Off to the left is where people live. Not all the homes on the street have businesses at the bottom, but at least half of them. And people stay at the top. So it's kind of like a lot of places I've seen in South America where people live upstairs and they have their business downstairs. So this was no different. This is a really kind of busy neighborhood because of the outlet, but it's not overly busy. I like the combination of the two, but it still has neighborhood integrity. Keep in mind, this is just a sample of the neighborhood. Guayabal is a big neighborhood, but this is just a sample. This is actually where I live. This street right here is where I actually lived on. Right down there is where I lived at, and right here is a pharmacy on the corner, 24 hours. They're not physically open. I mean, if you need something at 1 o'clock in the morning, you have to order it through a window. But it is open for business 24 hours. It's a nice street. Everything that I needed was pretty much here. I wish it had a bigger grocery store though. But it's a D1, which is kind of like a little small store to get a lot of cheap type food, worked out perfectly. So it's a D1. I'm kind of walk by in just a second there. But this is the actual outlet mall, the Moda outlet. This is like a mini mall. And I don't know when this place was built, but it seems super modern. And the only 3 stores that I recognize in here is New Balance, Levi, and Diesel. Well, all the rest of the stores are obviously local or, to Colombia, to Medellin, to Colombia, to South America. But only 3 stores. But obviously it's very modern. It looks pretty new. It's a really nice place. And I like the way they built it. It kind of has that warehouse type theme, but it's still modern, like a modern updated warehouse type design to it, which I really enjoy. Give it that clean look. You know what I mean? But it's super, super modern. There's plenty of places to shop. Supposedly, and I don't know if it's just in this mall. I saw the number 60. I don't know if it's 60 actually in this mall or 60 including the stores on the outside. But at least 60 places to shop in this area of this, around this mall complex, this outlet complex. Got a little food kiosk in the middle if you need something to eat or whatever. There's not a lot of places to eat here, but it is a nice restaurant up here. To restaurant upstairs, actually, where I'm gonna share just a second. Well, I may be able to see it, but it's not a lot of places to eat inside the mall. But again, you got plenty of little small restaurant on the outside, which is great. It's 3 floors in this place. It has a bit of everything. To the right is the Dollar City, which is where I initially shopped for all my little, initial products to get me through the time, while I was here. The basic stuff, shampoo, lotion, spoon, dish, stuff that you don't have in your Airbnb. You can get it right there at the Dollar City, which is great. Look, again, it's really clean. It's never super busy every time I've gone in there, which is interesting. And on the top floor, again, it's 3 floors. It's the food court, but it's not many. I mean, actually, it's only 2. There's an Italian place, kind of like a fast food Italian, and a fast food place that sells roast beef sandwiches. Which those are the only 2 places that's up there. There's a place called Soul Brothers that sell food, mostly like ribs and steak and stuff like that. So it's a decent restaurant. But again, this is a restaurant. I guess people just go up there and eat because I'm sure they're not eating from these 2 local places right here. I think this is just where they go and hang out and just eat. This is a really nice outlet. Again, I guess it's since I don't recognize. I did buy a shirt from Levi, and I thought the price was decent for a Levi's t-shirt, but the prices seem, I guess decent for Levi. Because Levi is high in the States, but it's definitely high, kind of high price overseas. So anyway, nice little pastry shop also at the end down there. So it's a nice little mall. Just somewhere to hang out at, because there's also like a coffee shop in there. I'm going to share in just a second there to show you where that's at. But it's a coffee shop. I think it's parking below too, so you can actually drive and actually park here. You don't have to worry about parking off the street there, So it's a nice little spot. Now, the cool thing about this mall, again, Calle 16 is one entrance, but there's also another entrance on this other street, which in fact, this is the mall. I always use this mall to take a shortcut to go to the street whenever I walk to Poblado area or walk to the metro station. I can't think of the name of the street right now, but I make sure I put it below. So you can actually enter this mall from 2 different locations. But I always use this mall as a shortcut to get to the other location. It's a nice mall. Look at it, clean, very clean, well maintained. It's a very clean area, Guayabal area. So, and this outlet mall is really great. So, if you're in the area and you're looking for something, sometimes you can go to the regular, the malls in Poblado and other places, but you can probably come here and get some of the same thing for cheaper prices. The New Balance store was decent. It just didn't have a lot of things in there, but I thought it was a decent little small store, but it was very small. Most of these stores are very small, so I guess that's just. I noticed that even in some of the malls, the stores are actually small. The shoe stores and stuff like that, they're not really that big throughout Colombia. So anyway. Again, this is just a quick look. Well, actually, the whole look of the mall, because it's so small, it didn't take me long to kind of go through it. That's why I just included the whole tour of the mall inside this video instead of just showing you a few pictures and cut it off. So just in case you're in the area, this is the outlet. It's still pretty popular. The only thing about this outlet, it opens, it has weird hours. The actual building itself opens about 7 or 8 o'clock, because I've actually walked through it around 7 o'clock in the morning to get to the other side. But the stores don't open until about 11, 12 o'clock. So you can't come to this outlet mall too early because, it's not open. So anyway, also in this mall they have a tostado, which is kind of a popular kind of bakery slash coffee shop in Medellin. I also have a smart fit that and of course to the left I probably got a quick picture of it, but there are a couple of ATMs, so you can almost do everything you need in this particular mall. Again, this is just like I said, the neighborhood. I'm assuming it's a working class neighborhood. I don't know. I don't know the status. So the stratus of the area. I should have looked that up. But it looks like it's a working class neighborhood. That's the D1. That's my little little grocery store to get my little quick, bread, milk, stuff like that from the particular store. Again, these are just where people live, and so they're not all businesses on a lower level. On this street there are, but a lot of the side street is strictly of businesses. Not businesses, actual places where people live. So if you walk further away, about 3 minutes away, that right there, it's a dog park. They actually have a nice little dog park, and then right next to the dog park is the airport, the local airport, Olaya. Olaya Airport is a small local airport. Surprisingly, it's not busy, because I can tell you, I can probably count the number of times I actually I've heard planes fly out of there. So to be so close to an airport, I'm surprised I don't hear a lot of planes flying out of there. You almost didn't know it was there. So I don't know what the schedule is, but I can tell you, when I look out my balcony, I can only see a plane here and there, not a lot of planes. And then if you walk further down, there's the bus station. I already got a video on this bus station, the bus station south, the terminal south, which is the bus station that serves cities south of Medellin. And if you walk further down, you're going to run into and of course, if you walk further down, you're going to walk to maybe another 5 minutes from the bus station is the a soccer field. It's about 4 or 5 of them, at least about 4 soccer fields out there where you see a lot of people practicing soccer. And this is where I like to hang out right here. This is where I worked out at. I was going to buy a gym membership, but they wanted to use my debit card on file, and I'm not a big fan of that. So anyway, especially in a foreign country. So anyway, this is my gym that I use, and actually it served purpose, you know what I mean? Because there's actual weights and universal weights out there, and again, you get to watch the people play soccer. So it was a very lively location to kind of just kind of work out. Obviously there's a kind of a tracks, bicycle track, but also walking. I see a lot of people walking, and again, you see local teams. I guess I'm not sure what the age level, but you see local team practicing and just enjoy it. And again, I actually found this place maybe 2 weeks too late. I wish I'd seen the soccer field. I know I wasn't going to play soccer, but I didn't know about the gym portion till much later. So anyway, but yeah, this is my neighborhood. I really enjoyed my stay here, and I definitely would love to come back and check out again if I'm up in Medellin. So thank you for watching, and I will definitely see you on the next video.